Bonjour, bonjour mes amis. Nous continuons avec le chapitre numéro 1. Bonjour, comment t'appelles-tu? So let's start with a little revision of the petite conversation, introductions, but do it in a formal way. So using vous. How would you say that? What is your name? Using vous. Comment vous appelez-vous? Repeat. Comment vous appelez-vous? My name is, and you? Je m'appelle Carole. Et vous? How about nice to meet you? Enchanté. Enchanté. How are you? If you're using vous, you're going to say Comment allez-vous? Repeat. Comment allez-vous? I am well. And you? Je vais bien. Et vous? And then au revoir. Salut. Ciao. Etc. So here's how we're spelling it. Make sure that you practice the spellings. There's only one E when you use the vous, but there's one L, sorry, but there's two L's for je. So make sure and get the accent on the E in enchanté, etc. So today we're learning the French alphabet. And why we're doing this is because this will help us with our French pronunciation. So repeat after me. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So first of all, that sounds a little funny. Is very forward in your mouth. And then G is pronounced G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, repeat after me. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Okay, so this has got a few interesting ones here. H is H. I is called E. So what is this? This is E. How about this one? This is J, and this is J. J, J, E. Okay. Q, R, S, T, U, V. So the Q and the U have a nasal sound, and the way we make this is if you say E, you spread your lips to say E. Now round your lips like you're saying oo, but instead say E. So try that. Say oo, oo. That's the sound you're going to make with Q and U. And then what is this letter? R, R, like the air you breathe. Okay, last line. W, X, Y, Z. Y means Greek I. So here's our E, and Y. V, W. How about this letter? B, D, P. How about this? K, E, I, J, G. Practice memorizing your letters. This will help you understand how to pronounce French words. So here's a little new visual memory trick you can use for the I and the J because there's a dot above the I and the J in lowercase. So if you imagine those dots are spiders, you might say E or G. So if that helps you. And there's a YouTube video on how to sing the French alphabet that I put online. So please sing along. So on to pronunciation. The first thing you might notice is that there are a lot of consonants that are not pronounced at the end of French words. In general, only the consonants C, R, F, and L are pronounced at the end of a French word. Those are the consonants in the English word careful. So Quebec, bonjour, neuf, mal. There are some other exceptions as well, but don't pronounce those final consonants. So the R, to start off with, is probably a new sound for you. So formed sort of at the back of your throat. The don't be afraid to exaggerate it. There are two types of R, the wet R and the dry R. So when R is followed by a vowel, it's wet. You hear it loudly. Paris, Paris. So you're not pronouncing that final S. When it's a dry R, it's sort of like barely a whisper, but you're whispering with the back of your throat. So in this word, there's a wet R at the beginning and a dry R at the end. So Robert, Robert. We're not pronouncing that final T, right? Are we pronouncing this S? No way. Très bien, très bien. That's a nice wet R. Here's a dry R. Ce soir. Ce soir, almost like a whisper. We know that the E is pronounced E in French, so you know that that is ce. This is a dry R. Pardon, pardon. And then ER at the end of a word is often an infinitive, so it's pronounced A. So ça peut aller, ça peut aller. What letter is this? E. So that's how we pronounce it. Merci. Tigre. Remember that E is pronounced E. Tigre. OU is pronounced OU. Really round your lips. Vous. Bonjour. Comment vous appelez-vous? This is the nasal U that we talked about before. So you're making that nasal sound. Very intense sort of feeling. Salut. Tu. Excusez-moi. Comment tu t'appelles? The OI is pronounced wa. Moi. Toi. Au revoir. So that also has a wet R and a dry R. Au revoir. And then the nasal vowels, other than U, are found in words like bon, bonjour, bonjour, un, the à demain, en, enchanté, and pardon, pardon. That's like bonjour. So practice spelling out your name with your conversation group this week. So you would say, for example, je m'appelle Jean-Martin, John-Martin. Now, how would you spell your name in French? So, mes initiales. Tell me if I'm saying the initials from column 1 or column 2. JV. That is column 2, JV. IM. Here we go, IM, column 1. SR. SR. There we go. HT. H, you knew that was an H. JP. J, you knew that was a J. EB. EB. Très bien, and you know this would be R. VJ. VJ is right here. XL. XL, voilà. And ME. ME, you knew that was a MI, yes. And finally, YC. Y, Greek I, Y. Okay, très bien. So last thing we're going to talk about are the accent marks. So some accent marks don't really change the pronunciation, but some important ones do. So the accent aigu is going up. And you see this on an E. you know that the E is going to be pronounced A. A as in way. So enchanté, enchanté. Make sure your accent's going up at the end of that word. When the accent is going down on the E, it's pronounced like the word red. So très bien, très bien. The little tail on the C makes that a soft C. So comme si, comme ça. Without that accent, it's called a cedilla. It would be a ka sound. And then the tréma, the two dots, just mean that those two vowels are going to be pronounced separately. So Noël. And then here's the punctuation, apostrophe, point, point d'exclamation, point d'interrogation, trait d'union, virgule. And the circumflex, it's a little, it looks like a little hat on top of certain vowels. Doesn't change the pronunciation, but you can sometimes guess what the word is because it used to have an S in it, maybe in a previous spelling. So bravo, you've made it through another lesson. Continuez et à plus tard.